Hi, welcome to my channel, and today I have another theatre vlog for you. So tonight I'm heading to the Manchester Opera House to see 42nd Street. It's a show I've never seen before, so I'm really looking forward to it. I've heard some good reviews. So I'm sat in the stalls today. I think I'm on row Z. I can't quite remember the seat number, so we'll see what the view's like once we get there, because I don't think I've sat on row Z before. Last time I went to the Opera House, I sat on row ZZ. So this one should be a bit further forward than that, so we're going to have to see what the view's like when we get there. So yeah, it should be a good night. I'm going by myself. I'm going to a Wednesday evening showing. It starts at 7:30. I'm going to go and get the tram now, so I'll get back to you now once I'm in town. So I was a little bit too slow getting my ticket. I've just missed one. Next one's in 4 minutes, so it's not too bad. But I'm later than I usually like to get. So it's already half 6. I usually like to get there for 7, but I might still get there for 7 anyway. So just 3 minutes to wait now, so it's not too bad. I might actually make it for 7. We'll see.
We want our lives to be like a dream, but we get stuck in reality. You feel the same, you know what I mean. Time to make a change. Aren't you fed up? Aren't you curious? What we could do if we put some trust into ourselves before time is up. Take a leap of faith. Let's get lost in the night. Let's say yes to our lives and not be so damn predictable. Let's stare into the sun, face our fears one by one, before we end up old and miserable. This could be us someday. This could be us someday. Time is a thief, so why wait? This could be us someday. We always stay in the comfort zone. Maybe that's why we feel alone. I wanna dive into the unknown. Nothing in my way. Let's get lost in the night. Let's say yes to our lives and not be so damn predictable. Let's stare into the sun, face our fears one by one, before we
Okay, so it's now 6:45. I've just arrived at St. Peter's Square, so I'm just about to walk up to the theatre now. It takes about 10 minutes, so I should get there for 7, which isn't bad. So I'm going to walk up now and I'll get back to you once I get there. Okay, so I'm now in the theatre. I actually got here at 5 to 7, bought a programme and a magnet, and now find a seat. So I'm on Z22. So I'm like 2 in front of where I was last time. This one. Okay, so I'm in my seat now, row Z, seat 22. This is the view, so it's quite a good view. I have to see what it's like when someone sits here. But it's not too bad. okay, so it's now the interval. It's very busy today. I think it might be sold out, but yeah, just enjoying it so far. Really enjoyed the We're in the Money number. That was really good. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to you now at the end of the show and let you know what I think. Go back to my seat. Hi, so it is now a couple of days later, so I thought I had better review 42nd Street. I say review, I'm just going to do a quick chat about it, because the day I went to this, I was feeling a bit panicky. I'm not very good with crowds, so usually when I go to theatre by myself, I tend to sit on the end of an aisle, so I can easily get out and I don't feel so claustrophobic and stuck in a crowd. But for this show, I think there wasn't any end seats left, so I actually ended up sat like right in the middle of a row. So the whole show, and the seats in the Opera House are very close together. You're always very squashed in, and I just sort of felt really panicky through the whole show. So I don't think my review would have been a very fair review, because I couldn't really properly enjoy the show. Usually I'm fine. I think it's just because I was by myself and I was so far in, and we're all squashed and I was just very close together. So I think from now on, if I go by myself, I'm definitely going to try and make sure I'm on the end, because yeah, it did spoil my enjoyment of the show a little bit. I did think the show was really, really good. and I'm gonna base my review off the dancing and what I did see, because the story, I can't fully remember the story because I couldn't really concentrate on it very well. But yeah, so I'm not going to do a proper full review on it. But anyway, obviously I went to see 42nd Street. It was a Wednesday evening performance. It started at 7:30. There was some merch for the show. I can't remember what merch they had actually, but I did refilm it, so it should be in the video. I think they had a mug, I think there was t-shirts, there was definitely a magnet, because I managed to get myself a magnet. I think this was £6, and also there was programs, that was £5.50, so I picked up those. And for the show I was sat in the stalls. I was on row Z, which is quite far back. I think it's like the third row, fourth row from the back, and I was seat number, I think it was 22, something like that. So the middle section, a few seats in, because I think it's 20 to 26, 25, so I was a few in, and the view was actually really good from there. I was surprised how good the view was actually. I got a really good view. If you don't know anything about 42nd Street, it's based on a 1932 novel by Bradford Ropes and the subsequent 1933 Hollywood film adaptation. The show itself is sort of a jukebox musical in that it uses songs not just from the 1933 movie 42nd Street, but also from a few other films that came out around the same time. So the plot behind 42nd Street is it's sort of a musical within a musical. So in the show they are auditioning and preparing and rehearsing to put on a show called Pretty Lady. It's set in New York during the Great Depression and shows how a show is being put on. So we start with the audition process, and we see a young girl called Peggy Sawyer arrive from Allenstown in the hopes to become a dancer in the chorus line. However, she's too nervous to come into the room during the auditions, and so she ends up missing the auditions and doesn't make it into the show. However, she hangs around and makes friends with some of the dancers, and it turns out that they're one girl short, and so she ends up getting cast and ends up in the show. So she's a very talented dancer. She picks up steps really quickly, and she's also a great singer as well. So the leading lady for the show is called Dorothy Brock, and she cannot dance at all, and the only reason she has been cast as a leading lady is because one of the big financiers of the show is her sugar daddy, and he insists that she has to be a leading lady in the show. So that is the only reason she got cast, and because she was cast, they end up having to change a lot of the show, because obviously she can't dance. So a lot of the dance numbers are scaled back and cut out because she can't dance. However, at some point during one of the shows, she ends up breaking her ankle and so can no longer perform. The show was going to get shut down until one of the members of the chorus line says Peggy Sawyer can do it. She knows the dances, she's very quick at picking up dance numbers, she can sing. So the director decides to cast Peggy to become the leading lady in the show, which means Peggy only has a short time to then pick up all the dance moves and learn all the songs before the show opens. So that is a very brief outline of the story to 42nd Street. It's a very simple story. It's one of those old-fashioned musicals. I'm not usually a fan of old-fashioned musicals. However, I went and saw Anything Goes, and I really enjoyed it. So I thought I'd give this one a try. I have to say I didn't enjoy this one as much as Anything Goes. I think there's a bit more of a story to Anything Goes. I just didn't find this story as interesting. However, saying that, the dance numbers in this were fantastic. The tap numbers in this were just spectacular. Really enjoyed all the tap numbers. It's definitely worth seeing it for all the tap numbers that were in it, because when they all did the big dance numbers together, it was absolutely fantastic. Also, the costumes were incredible, all sparkly, and really enjoyed the costuming in this show as well. However, song-wise, I didn't think it was particularly fantastic. Most of the songs that are sung in the show are sung because they're singing them in the show that they are putting on. People don't sing diegetically. So yeah, I didn't think there was a lot of fantastic musical numbers in the show. So I'll now just go through the programme and show you this. Okay, so here is the programme. So here you still have some information on upcoming shows to the Palace and Opera House. You have some information on the Opera House Theatre itself. Then we have the cast biographies. So, playing Dorothy Brock, we have Samantha Womack, and Dorothy Brock is the leading lady of the show Pretty Lady. She is probably most well known for being in EastEnders. I don't watch EastEnders, so I don't know who she is from that. But she has been in The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe at the Gillian Lynn Theatre. She's been in Girl on a Train. She's been in the Addams Family UK tour. And she's done a few different theatre shows. We had Michael Preed as Julian Marsh, and he has been in Darker Shores. He's played George in War of the Worlds, been in Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, and a lot of other theatre shows as well. Then we have Faye Tozer playing Maggie Jones. I think most people probably know Faye from when she was in Steps, but she has done a lot of other theatre work as well. And I'm always really impressed with Faye. I always think she's a really good actress, and I've always enjoyed every show that she's been in. I've always thought she's done a really good job. So she's been in Singing in the Rain. She's been in Everybody's Talking About Jamie, and she's also been in Tell Me on a Sunday as well. So there's a few shows that she's been in. We then had Led Dennis play in Bert Barry. He's been in Spring and Port Wine, Ollie Fields and Horses the musical. He's been in Hairspray and lots of other theatre shows. He's also a well-known TV personality as well, so he's quite well known. Playing Peggy Sawyer, we had Nicole Lily Baisden. She has played Nabalichi in The Book of Mormon on the West End and the international tour. She's played Hope Harcourt in Anything Goes, and I thought she was really good. I really enjoyed her performance. I thought she was really good. Her dancing was great, and I thought she did a really good job. I really enjoyed her performance as Peggy. Then we had Sam Lips, who played Billy Lawler. So he's been in Singing in the Rain, Strictly Ballroom. On Broadway, he's been in Cats and Chicago. So he's done a lot of stuff. Then we have Oliver Farnsworth playing Pat Denning. He's been in Fatal Attraction, Girl on a Train, The Dock Road, Beautiful Thing, and lots of other shows there. And then we had Anthony Fubu. I'm sorry, I'm not very good at pronouncing names. He played Abner Dillon, and he has worked with the Royal Shakespeare Company for several years. And then I think the rest of the cast are like swings and ensemble members, so I'm just going to quickly go through the rest of the cast. So Kevin Bruetti played Mac. Bianca Craig played Lorraine Fleming. And then these are more ensemble and swings. Alan Hawke played Andy Lee. Amy Hodnett played Phyllis Dale. And this, like I said, this is a massive cast because of all the big dance numbers, so this, I can't go through everyone. Sarah Marie Maxwell played Anne Riley. More ensemble members. And yeah, that is the cast. So here's your cast list here. Then you have your understudies, production team and your musicians. And you've got your creative team biographies. And then adverts. So yeah, there's not a lot in there really. It is basically just the cast list. That's all that's in it. The quality of the program is better than the last program I had. The paper's much thicker. However, like I said, it is just the biographies in there. There's nothing. There's no production shots. There's no articles. It is just the cast biographies. Okay, so that is the program. So like I said before, I'm not doing a proper review for this just because, like I said, I wasn't feeling great on the day I went to see it, and I think that could have hindered my enjoyment of the show, so I don't think it's fair to do a proper review of it when I wasn't feeling great. But I did enjoy, like I said, I really enjoyed the dance numbers. I wasn't a massive fan of the story. Like I said, I'm not usually a massive fan of the old style musicals, but because I've seen Anything Goes and enjoyed that, I thought I'd give this a go. And I heard some really good reviews of this as well. And like I said, the dancing numbers, the big dancing numbers were fantastic. I just wasn't a fan of the overall story. But if you enjoy old style musicals, then you will probably definitely enjoy this. So for me personally, I'd say this is a 3.5-star show. Like I said, I'm not a massive fan of the old style musicals. Wasn't a big fan of the story for this one, and I didn't really enjoy many of the musical numbers. They're a bit old-fashioned for me. Loved all the dancing though, loved the costumes, loved the set. I just wasn't a fan of the story or the musical numbers. So for me, it's a 3.5-star show. However, I can see if you're a fan of the old style musicals, I can see this for you probably being a 4 or 5-star show. But for me personally, because I'm not a fan of these old style musicals, for me personally it is a 3.5-star show. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this little vlog and review sort of review video. If you have, please do give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.